for the phase ships that are going to kill them in short order. Uh-oh. There he goes. And everyone's dead, so claim victory. We don't want their stuff. We'll take all their things though after we scavenge it. And we have Salamanca Station doing its thing. Okay. So, please proceed. Your things are about to become my things. Very likely. Let's see. Tons of cash here. Yeah, we're doing all right, I think. But I think it's about time we renounced our commission with Tri-Tachton. Okay, radiated world, drop off a small team of scientists on outpost. The Kalashore Archives. There's Cilia Carus over there, the Kalashore Archives over in Port Said franchise station to talk to Gargoyle. Alright then, let's not renounce it just yet. During the, while doing the, in the process of doing this questline, we will become enemies with Tri-Tachton, no problem. Any colony threats? Not really. Okay, let's go to Port Said. And let's talk to Gargoyle. After connecting to the local network, you enter the comms ID for Gargoyle, then pause at the prompt to initiate the call. You look over at your comms officer, and they nod, ready to act. As soon as you execute the command, the electronic warfare console lights up like a fleet action in a nebula. Comms wrangles the infosec systems with cool efficiency, coordinating active responses with nav, sensors, and engineering stations. After only half a minute, the storm breaks, the alarms quiet, and your primary display resolves into a mesmerizing fractal background to a heavily augmented face grinning impishly at you. "Were you ready for me?" Gargoyle says, too sweetly to be true, before turning to an imagined audience. "The rocket jockey put together enough brains to do my little hello." Gargoyle bounces back and applauds. "Well done. So you know who I am? Tell me, why did Ryan give you my comms ID? More presents, bribes, begging? Did he finally get into trouble with that junta puppeteering vampires he desperately wishes were his friends? On the run from the law and needs a rep wipe?" A thoughtful pause. "Do you always make that face when you meet new people? I have a job for you. I was told you're the best." "A job? No." Gargoyle gags theatrically. "But still listening, because you told me that I'm the best, and I am. But I'm not sure you really understand what it is I do." A hand studies the interface nodules. A hand studied with interface nodules waves, and your display fills with news clips. Industrial shutdown, suspected sabotage. Databases hacked, political comms leaked, credits missing, ghost fleets. "What I do," Gargoyle sits up, looking serious at last, "is magic. An institution, a polity, a warship, a fleet, the hegemony. The Ludic Church, the Tri-Tachton mega credit-sucking corporation. These are machines made of people, and these people don't understand their own machines. Or, a mock, pondering tone, other people, come to think of it. The oneness of these holy constructs is mass delusion. But Gargoyle taps a head-mounted data port. I understand. Simply, a finger pokes at you from the display. Press there, then there, and a bubble. And the bubble pops. Push the right place at the wrong time, and the mighty becomes a sad joke, a gust of wind, a fart of fancy, a flimsy shell that's cracked. Understand? Can you hack into the data vault of the Hegemony Ministry? I love it. Gargoyle shouts, sitting up. A glorious scheme. Practically neon black. Which one? All of them at once? A visor of Cybermart starts flickering with activity. Hold on, just one, actually. Explain the mission. You explain to Gargoyle the scope of the mission and the target, the Kalashore Archives, the personal data store of former Provost Thomas Kalashore, which the Hegemony Ministry of Technology Standards seized from the Galatia Academy in the wake of some kind of hyperspace experiment that went wrong. You also explain, in diplomatic terms, which avoid the implications of an employer-employee friendship, that Ray and Arroyo will be providing funding for the operation. As you talk, the comms display with Gargoyle becomes crowded with visualized half-written lists, reference panels, and code snippets. The hacker leaps from idea to idea, in rejecting and accepting contingencies several steps ahead, or adjacent, perhaps, from whatever you are actually saying. The visual chaos is somewhat distracting. So, do you need some time? That might be tough. I'm gonna need to pass some credits along to a couple of friends for some special tricks. Do we go all out? Ran is buying snacks. I think we do, yes. Here's how it's gonna happen. I've got a friend who will make you a little package. It should be ready by the time you get to Nova Maxios in the Majek system. Do you know it? You pick that up, then you do your fancy flying and whatever else it takes to install it in the Hegemony comms relay in the Atslon system. Installation should be easy. Any tech monkey working for you should be able to figure out which end goes where. The real trick comes after. Gotta break the Hegemony crypto. That'll be yours truly, who's got a little trick I've been saving for a couple of cycles ago, just for the right moment. Gargoyle holds a cable trailing arm up in a premature display of triumph. It'll be glorious. Then sits back down. Right, so after you go and install the hack device and the comms relay, come back here and you can thank me personally when I hand you a copy of the decrypted data. And friend Rayan has my list of demands. Now, another button tap. There's a ping on your dashboard as Gargoyle sends you the address of a small holding facility near the main port ring of Nova Maxios, as well as the number of a particular storage unit. It'll be there, Gargoyle says with a smile that seems to imply you're not in on the joke. Now, I have a lot to do before this is ready, so go along. ComSec is going to completely blow its top when we pull this off. Gargoyles turns to another display. Attention focused, cyber augments flickering at an increasing rate as the comms line disconnects on you almost as an afterthought. Well, alright then. To Nova Maxios we go. Let's do this. Alright. Friendly, yes. They're very friendly. They only tried to kill us and take our stuff. You know, the usual things. Alright. Let's go. Let's keep that all wide way. As we make our way up to Nova Maxios. Take a shuttle to visit Gargoyle storage units. You take a shuttle to the main spaceport concourse, leading to a landing party of bodyguards and techs. The reception lounge ceilings are low, the old tube lights flickering, but the new Maxonians are proud of their makeshift polity. Some locals catch your crew eyeing the dripping life support conduit and smile, nudging each other. Hey, look at the new guys. The address given to you by Gargoyle leads you to a run-down logistics ring that looks to be used mostly by failing tramp freighters and smugglers. You ask the young desk clerk where you can find the unit number Gargoyle provided. Oh, yes. You must be Captain Boring? Captain R. Boring? The clerk squints at the desk terminal nervously. You log away this little joke from Gargoyle as you maintain impeccable professional composure. I was told you would be arriving for your cargo just a few minutes ago. Please, come right this way. The clerk starts to lead you through a back door, a light bulkhead lock, but freezes. A pallid man in a featureless grey uniform stands on the other side, a spot of grey in the darkness beyond. Mr. Loke, sir? The clerk stutters. I wasn't expecting you. If I'd been told... The man, Mr. Loke, you presume, smiles blandly and says, I will show the captain the way. Loke simply stops paying attention to the clerk, shifting his attention to you, still smiling. He nods encouragingly and turns to walk into the darkness beyond the portal. Mr. Loke leads you past rows of sealed storage units into a large loading bay. Something that smells of organic compounds is leaking. Still smiling blandly, Loke stops him with the wave of his hand, unlocks the storage unit. He speaks softly to you. When she heard of this, Jorian told me she thought it was very funny. She wanted to come and make sure you got what the Gargoyle asked Eliza and I to make for you. His watery eyes stare at the storage unit. It must be a nice thing. Who are all these people? Instead of answering, he gives you a respectful nod and says, goodbye, then walks away into the shadows of a warehouse. You shake your head and turn your attention to the storage unit. Inside you find a single standard shipping crate. You motion the techs forward, and as they approach with various handheld scanners, you are in no hurry to be the butt of another of Gargoyle's jokes. The lead tech starts reporting. Power source, anomalous neutrinos, and major hyperwave phase distortion? The entire crew of technicians take a unconscious step back. Hyperwave phasing technology has a poor reputation. It's never been known to fit into so small a package and remain stable. An hour later, as you finished your second hot drink at the nearby cafe, the techs give the all clear for your datapad, including that the storage, that as strange as the device is, seemingly a hand-built one-off hyperwave transmitter of some kind, it should pose no immediate danger. You order it removed to your flagship. On the shuttle ride back to your fleet, you ponder tactics for inserting this device into the Atzlon hyperwave relay without being spotted by Hegemony Patrol. A small, fast detachment could do it, or phase ships, using their fields to lower sensor profile. Or with a little luck, you could find a quiet moment between patrol rotations. The intercom crackles. Captain, we've arrived. Right. Buy all the supplies they've got if it's cheap. Oh wait, we don't have any money. Never mind. Let's head to Otzlon. And go to the Otzlon relay. They'll never know we were even there. They can't see us. We're a bunch of phase ships. We are invisible. Well, not quite. We do have those other ships. That could be a problem. Okay, well they aren't hostile to us, so that works. Hello friends, how's it going? Right, what can I do over here? Oh no, our stuff turned off suddenly. Our detection range is 112. Can we get in there? Yeah, we can. We install? Excellent. You give the go-ahead to your ops chief, who starts speaking in a low voice to the hand-picked squad of veteran salvage techs that are already crossing to the relay on a cargo drone. The entire operation is carried out swiftly and according to the drills. A few quick cuts with low EM tools. Bulkhead section removed. Gargoyle's device secured in place. Parasite microdrones and the chassis will finish attaching key connections. Taps into fiber lines. Mostly, the bulkhead is sealed and the team withdraws with a few puffs of cold gas thrusters as silently as they approached. Shortly, your comms officer confirms a short burst indicating that Gargoyle's device is operational. Despite Gargoyle's cavalier attitude towards the entire Enterprise, your comms and tech officer speculate that a hack this intrusive will be discovered very quickly indeed. It would be best to make a hasty escape while you remain undetected. You wonder, too, if the Hegemony will trace the hack back to Gargoyle's hideout. A Tri-Tachton controlled polity is unlikely to cooperate with any Hegemony investigation. But then the investigation might not be so official. And less an investigation than a Black Ops Snatch Squad. Oh, sorry, our stuff just sort of turned off all of a sudden. Nothing we could do, it's just how it goes, Officer. Sometimes you're there and, you have a little thing that happens and now leave before I kill you. Alright, so let's see, the Kalashore Archives. Let's go back to Port Say. In Mayasura. Okay, so let's do this. I am no one. Invisible. Gargoyle. What's going on? You enter the comms ID for Gargoyle and nod as your comms officer who stands ready for whatever surprises Gargoyle thinks would be amusing to send through comms. The display instantly resolves into a familiar face with an unfamiliar expression. Fear. Captain, you need to take me on your ship and get me the hell out of here. They know where I am. I've done it. I've really done it this time. It's incredible. Gargoyle lets out a nervous laugh. The greatest data eyes in history since the second AI war. The hacker seems to realize the gravity of this statement. I think they're pretty, very, extremely, entirely unhappy this time. It's not safe. Take me to the Galatia Academy? Anita can have me, right? After all I've done, she has to. Do you have the Kalashori archives? There's no time for that, but... Gargoyle smirks at you. I see what you're trying to do, don't worry. I've got it locked up nice and secure, encrypted with my own special juice, and backed up off-site. It'll take an alpha core to break it out. And that'll take time. You knew where to look, and you don't. Professor Anita won't have that kind of time if I spill everything you've done together. If I spill everything you've done together to the big bad hegemony. So, where's my shuttle? Who's after you? Let me count my new friends. Gargoyle starts ticking off fingers. The hegemony, for starters. Whoever Comsex thinks to send, I expect an official expedition. It will cause a diplomatic incident, so probably shadow gun fun goons will sneak in to try and murder me. Next Tri-Tachton, at least once they're tipped off by the hegemony's blundering response. And the Pathers, can't forget them. The hegemony leaks like a sieve to all the little Luddites. And they're going to simply love everything about this. Let me summarize for you, my good captain. Within 2 or 3 shifts, this place is going to be in the crossfire of an interfactional criticality event, and every single spacer buying noodles on the concourse is going to be an assassin or a spy. What if I just leave you here? Gargoyle's voice goes cold. Then, you don't get your precious data archives, Captain. Because I've got it locked up nice and secure and backed up off-site. By the way, you wouldn't believe what I have on Ryan Aurora, on your boss Anita Bard, and all sorts of people. Even you, my dear Captain, the High Hegemon, will have a fit when he watches you asking me to hack that precious Ministry of Technology suppression on sector-wide news channels. The hacker smiles without warmth. It's me or nothing, Cap. Go and get him. Oh, that's the way, Captain. I'll collect my toys. Your shuttle gets in and out without any suspicious inquiries from traffic control. They're not wise to what's going on yet. Probably. You order Gargoyle confined to quarters well away from the bridge. And for your comms officer to keep an eye out for anything suspicious. Captain, your tactical officer calls for your attention. Hegemony fleet incoming. Oh? Hello, friends. How's it going? Oh, Hegemony looks impatient. Is there an emergency report? No, carry on then, citizen. Bugger off. I've got important work to do. We are after a felon. I just want to see what insanity ensues when they arrive. Alright, so pirate raid in the sneaky cartel land. Alright, standing off with Port Say. Demanding that they, like, hey, you assholes, give us this one guy. And they're like, we don't know where he is. Like, he's not at his address. He's a hacker. He's got a different address. Go and find it. It's got to be on paper somewhere. Someone's just like, oh my god. Fine. You'll do this for you. Friggin' hegemony. Friggin' hegemony. That's his address. We sent somebody over there. There's nothing there. What do you want from us? Alright, let's go to a Galatia Academy. The idea that they would actually have anything in paper during this time period is ridiculous. All right, let's go. Uh-oh. Officer. Hello, officer. How's it going, officer? Oh yeah, we're ready. Hello, officer. I see they have very interesting aliens. The comms crackles to life as life to display the hegemony commander staring you down. Independent fleet captain, you are ordered to power down shields, weapon systems, and drives. You are suspected of harboring a known criminal and partaking in a criminal conspiracy to breach hegemony data security. Her lips curl arrogantly. You will be boarded by hegemony marines and your data banks seized for inspection. Your cargo will be seized for inspection. You will authorize unlimited access to all components of your fleet. You will give no resistance. Hesitation will be considered resistance. Insubordination will be considered resistance. Surrender your command codes immediately. You blink at these outrageous orders, tantamount to interstellar piracy. Even the law of the hegemony by the old domain naval codes grants you certain rights. You guess that this is an overzealous commander going a bit rogue and interpreting her orders. As you think this over, you watch as the hegemony commander's face turns deeper shade of red. Perhaps interpreting your pause as resistance. It may be hard to get out of this one without a fight. These are exceptional inspection terms. Do you have a warrant? The hegemony commander's eyes widen. You are in no position to make demands, Captain, she says, barely suppressing rage. You will power down all systems and submit to seizure, inspection, and now arrest. Her eyes narrow. Surrender now, or I might consider leniency. Unless even a hint of insubordination escapes from your traitorous mouth. I must insist on a legal warrant. Hegemony Commander nods. You reveal yourself as a saboteur and an insurrectionist. Then says with ice-cold hate, I knew it from the start. The comms disconnects in a sharp crackle. Sir, your tactical officer reports, they're moving to attack. You reflect for a moment that this gross violation of sector commerce law suggests that the hegemony is more likely to cover up any incident that occurs within the next moments, rather than undermine its own lawful legitimacy. The hegemony fleet maneuvers to prevent you from disengaging. Kill them. Yes. It's time for you to die. We're not attacking them, they're attacking us. There's a very big difference here. You see, assaults? Assaults. Very nice. Let's fly into this one. Alright, in we go. Oh, very nice. Assaults and assaults. Negate and negate. Oh no, we're at war with the hegemony again. Whatever shall I do? It's not like it's the first time. Won't be the last. Alright, guys. Kill them all. Oh no, this Dominator. Whatever shall we do about that thing? Those ships are absolute hot garbage. Oh no, Dominator! Oh no! Why is it so hard? Uh-oh. It's not a good day to beat on that Dominator. It's not a good day to be on there at all. Well, that was fast. Let's send it over towards its allies. Alright, Griffin. I believe you're about to have lots of problems. Oh no! Ooh! Ah! Ooh! Talk about wrecked! Oh, they've got an onslaught. Those things are kind of not very useful. Oh no, you broke one of my ships. Well... now it's a... oh no, you poor, poor support ships. Well, time to keep you all from leaving. Oh... very nice. Damn it. Oh, man. He got vaporized from this part. That poor bastard. Let's harry the retreat. Let's get our one ship back. Let's pick through the wreckage and take everything. Alright, well, thanks, Hegemony. You idiots. Minor remnant aberration. Hello? Your fleet is too large to be able to disengage. Engaging the enemy and destroying, disabling, or forcing enough of their ships will allow you to retreat. Target Sneaky Fen Season 2. Data stores registered. Source of power found to permit. Unsubsumed existence data stores submit. It's talking about coronal hypershunt you found recently. Maybe possible to buy off this strange AI, giving it the right thing. But you don't even ask what it wants. Offer some photos you have lying around for their... You transmit quick abbreviated sample of your fleet's sizable selection. It takes 1.3 milliseconds for the other party to process what it's looking at. Companion animal, type, furry, quadrupedal, use lacking, submission unworthy, will not subsume. The AI does not like the cute cats. Absolutely unforgivable. Power up. Alright, move to engage them. Let's do this. This is but a taste of what we have. So like a little bit of what the in-game threat is. The question is, will we actually be able to take them out? It's looking like we'll probably be able to do it. Excellent. Now it's going to split up. Bam. Yeah. You dodge your own Reapers. Oh, fantastic. This is going to turn into a bunch of fighters. Which is great, because that's what we specialize in killing with a Doom. Fantastic. Yeah, it looks like our ships might actually be able to take these guys out. Excellent. Oh. Gotcha! No! No, that's okay. He died doing what he loved. Well, let's get the last one. Where else is fighting happening? There's some shades over there chasing that one around. This is going to be a very quick fight. Oh, well, there he goes. Why are you shooting up there? Oh, there's one fighter up there. Sounds good. What about down here? Still those three, trying to do their thing. As our fleet of phase ships fly around, killing everything. Gotcha! Claim victory. Ship recovery? Yeah, let's get our stuff back. Pick through the wreckage. Take it on. Thanks. It's mine now. Oh my goodness, the lag has hit. That lag has hit like crazy. Hello, fourth viewer, how are you? The lag has truly come into its own. Okay, we got some crazy hivers over there. Nothing too new there. As soon as we get to the Galatia Academy, we'll see what we're gonna do. Are you after me? Hegemony Reuters. Alright. Galatia Academy, here I come. The Reuter Gang. Alright. Oh man, it's so laggy. Your fleet is interrupted in the middle of a standard approach sequence. Instead of the usual traffic control chatter, your flagship receives a comms request directly from the office of the Provost. Captain reports your comms officer. She wants to speak with you. The image of Provost Anita Baird appears. Bring your special cargo. Bring your special cargo. By shuttle, she says, directly to this docking port. A chime signals the receipt of navigation instructions and docking codes. I shall be waiting. You step off the shuttle, thrusters clicking as they cool. With gargoyle in tow, the hackers' barrage of questions, suggestions, and handsiness towards any control panel. Handsiness towards any control panel or gadget within reach has you at the limit of your patience after only a brief shuttle ride. As promised, Provost Anita Baird is waiting with a small group of masked guards and senior advisors. So, this is Gargoyle, she says. Anita Baird, we meet at last. Gargoyle bows grandly. I am honored to accept your invitation to teach at the Galatia Academy. Then stands up straight and smiles widely, looking around. What shall my curriculum be, Throwing parties, security theater, and perhaps a personal account of the salacious events leading up to the Third AI War? Baird smiles mirthlessly, then motions someone from her party forward. Gargoyle? Meet academician Elvis Sebastian, Baird says in a tone that would not be out of place on the bridge of a hegemony warship. Elvis, kindly show Gargoyle to the guest suite I prepared. Now, please. She turns from them to you, apparently confident that Sebastian can handle the situation. Captain, our guest complicates matters, but... She turns to watch the two leave the receiving lounge, Gargoyle seemingly choosing to cooperate with Sebastian's stammering appeals. The hacker seems to be wholly occupied by discovering how to fluster the academician. It appears that I have gained another valuable asset in addition to the Kalachore archives, she says, by virtue of your initiative, of course, Captain. I will not forget that when the time comes, but... She takes in her surroundings and then dismisses the guards and advisors with a wave. Baird holds up a hand to indicate an adjoining transport pod. Let us remove to a more suitable setting to complete our conversation. Baird seems to study the passing conduits and vistas visible through the pod's bay windows. Lost in thought, the silence grows, and you find that this may be an opportunity to ask something of the provost without interrupting one of her lectures. What will you do with the hegemony to suspect you're behind the hack? Baird looks at you, then back at nothing. They suspect me already, of course. The Galatia Academy will appeal the original data seizure and demand the return of basic scientific research material, which is not illegal even under old domain law. This data breach only proves the danger of restricting basic research, as this situation enables unsavory parties to exploit discoveries without oversight from the Ecumencia. I just assume that's how she says it. Ecumencia? I appreciate the irony of my objection, of course. But this is war by public relations. There is no room for scruples. I'll be exactly as cynical as they already believe me to be, and they'll believe the act because it is true. As Baird speaks, you find a note of satisfaction in her description of plots and counterplot. Behind the truth, of course, she continues, is what really happened, which will be fights accompli once they discover it. What do you think about Gargoyle? Baird looks at you, raises an eyebrow, then back at nothing. Singularly charming, she says, deadpan. I was a teacher for 20 cycles, Captain. I've had worse. Through the silence, you can almost hear Baird thinking. The transport pod hisses to a halt, and you feel the subtle shift of agrav fields. You step off and note that this seems to be the back entrance, which allows Baird to avoid the waiting room, full of important people, unused to being asked to wait. You follow Provost Baird into her office. The doors close with a notable absence of sound. She motions you to a seat in the front of her desk and checks an An incoming signal. Ah, good. Baird slides a datapad over for your inspection. It is a detailed progress report of Gargoyle's activities, including timetables for decrypting the Kalashore archives. Sebastian is more capable than he appears. He is both persistent and meticulous, as you can see. She motions at the datapad. We should have the archives decrypted in about a week. The value of this research data is enormous, of course, but we still require the means to put theory to practice, and that means is Carouse. Hers is not a unique genius, mind you, Baird says with an almost uncharacteristic lack of certainty. We could find another candidate that leads the research team, but the study and training. No. My time scale is too short. We need Celia Carouse. Finding her, Captain, Baird says, and quickly. She turns away, dismissing you. We shall speak more about what I am building towards another time. You feel the doors open soundlessly behind you, and you sense the presence of mirror-masked guards, like a slight increase in ambient static electricity. Time to go. Well then, Anita Baird. We will make our way to finding out the next step, which is... let's go over here and kill some pirates. I mean, they don't stand any chance whatsoever. Those pirates are flying straight into a meat grinder. Like, they're just flying headfirst into a gigantic meat grinder. Let's see. One fleet? We don't need to go back for one fleet. They're going to show up, and then they're just going to see all of our fleets looking at them, and then they're just going to scuttle all their ships. Okay, finding Carouse. Alright, let's see. Mission group of Anita Baird, affiliated with the Independents. Find Celia Carouse, a former academician of the Galatia Academy who went into hiding after the hegemony crackdown on hyperspace experimentation. Talk to the contacts on Filkenild. Right. We need to go to Filkenild in Western S. It's not controlled by the Hybers yet. But yes, that will be next time though, guys. As you can see, the game is currently crapping its pants because of memory leaks. And yeah, that will be next time. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. Well, you can subscribe if you want, but go ahead and follow. If you're on YouTube, go leave me a like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and just share the video whoever think will like it, and I will see you guys later. Bye, everyone. Hello, everyone. Done here once again. What were we doing? We're going after Carouse, that's right. Cool, let's go do it then. Carouse, you're mine. Of course, let's just transverse jump out of here. The hedge is inhospitable to us. That's okay. Who cares if the hedge doesn't like us? But alright. Off we go. Hope you guys had great holidays. The invasion of Galen. That's right, we have some colony threats. Pirate raid and he's Brazil. They're basically just dead on arrival. These guys are invading Galen. We'll have to go over there and slaughter them when we get the chance. But alright, everything should be okay. An afflictor. Alright, let's do this. Okay. Persian League. They are welcoming to us. Well, ain't that just nice? Let's go down there and say hello to these people then. Shuttle to the surface to pursue the list of Caruse's associates. Idonia Caruse is noted as a surviving parent and lives in the pensioners' quarter. It seems reasonable to start with her. Let's go ahead and say hello. You stand for a moment at the transport hub, considering your options. Visit Idonia Caruse in the Overcity. You stand for a moment taking in the bewildering signage of the KRCO transport matrix before you shrug and allow your tripod to select the best route to the home of Idonia Caruse. The Cyclopean arcology substructure flashes by as you ride the primary ring tube to a far segment of the Metroplex. A small passenger lift fills with the smell of sweat and machine oil out of a shift of undersea laborers returning home. Glimpses of the towering arms of the KRCO flash by, glittering with thousands of windows. You find yourself guided through the heart of a residential stack, through a quiet plaza filled with retirees and well-tended foliage. Then before you is the door of Idonia Caruse. You press the door chime and barely get out your excuse for the visit before being invited in. Idonia is more than pleased to have a visitor, and, despite your protests, has a cup of tea cooling in your hand before you quite know what's happening. You have only to bring up her daughter to get Idonia talking. The girl is too clever for her own good. Just like her father, Idonia shakes her head at the old memory, but speaks of Cilia with pride. The man who visited last time said that was all the questions they had. Didn't they find anything? But look at you! She admires your uniform. Are you also from Fleet? You manage to avoid answering the question. Idonia has a hollow feed of the King of Westerness holding court, set to half volume, and switches effortless between commenting on the proceedings and questioning you about personal matters. You hedge on your precise age, admit to operating a space fleet, and leave your marital status vague. She doesn't seem to mind your mumbled non-answers. Finally, you get a chance to ask some questions of your own. Let's see. You know where I can... Well, that one will be obvious. Let's see. Who was it that was asking about Cilia before me? Idonia continues watching the scandal involving the King of Westerness. That man from the League Fleet, or was it Domsec? Oh, you people can never get your records straight. It's that new king. So impressive at first, but if you only play to locals, the bigwigs on Kaiseron will take you by and by the so-and-so. That's what I always say. Give this scandal another week and everyone will say, Idonia, you were right about everything. Anyway, what was his name? Finlay something? He left a comms chip in case I had more questions, and I called, but it was an automated response. Can you believe that? So I threw it away. Let him apologize in person. She smiles. I like you much better. You nod agreeably. An agent named Finlay. Probably working with the Persian League's intelligence service. Interesting. Having completed what you came here for, you make your apologies to Idonia Caruse, and you move to leave, assuring her that you will find Cilia and see that she is safe. And yes, you will absolutely comms if any new information comes up. The door softly closes behind you, leaving your ears free of the holovid's incessant murmur and the endless probing questions from Idonia. Reaching for your datapad, You discover that you're still holding a cup of cold tea. You carefully set it in front of the door before leaving. Let's return to the transport hub. You review Baird's list of Caruse's associates on Vilkenhild. Bone Lata is tagged as childhood friend and lives in an exurb community. Perhaps she knows something more of Celia Caruse's personal connections from her early life. At the very least, any other agent following similar leads would have had to have contacted Beyond. You stand for a moment at the transport hub, considering your options. Let's visit Beyond Lata in the exurbs. You take a transport line outbound to the K Arco exurbs, a sprawling network of floating municipalities. That's a term for cities, for those of you who don't know. Jostling in the sea at the base of the mighty, half-submerged arcology. The monorail track gleams in the sun, a straight line towards the horizon like a hard-point mounted particle lance shot through a nebula. The train brakes through a cloud bank and you feel the subtle pull of deceleration fighting with the adgrav field effect as you approach your target, a modular suburban conglomeration. You glance at your tripod and recall the name of the place. Seabank Oasis. You buzz at the doorway to one of the outer compounds, the green hint of the lawn showing through the translucent vitreous strip at the top of the wall. After a short delay, a comms plate activates and a tired-looking woman appears in hollow. You ask if you are speaking with Beyond Lata, and would she mind answering some questions about Celia Caruse? She looks behind her, in a lower voice reply, and lowers her voice to reply. Yes. Didn't someone already come by and ask about her? I haven't seen Celia for years. Like I said, I don't have much time for this. Coming up with this Agent Finley who spoke with you. Oh, that was a couple of weeks ago. He was very nice, well-dressed. Agent Finley. Agent Sylvion. He was with Fleet Intelligence. You're from Fleet too, right? As you make a non-committal motion that could be interpreted as a nod. Well, he asked a lot of questions. Can't you just talk to him? I really am in the middle of... You hear a thin wail of an infant from both the comms plate and over the compound wall. I have to go now. Sorry, agents. Goodbye. The comms plate shuts off, replacing Beyond's face with the dancing Seabank Oasis mascot. An agent Finley Sylvion, probably working for an Persian League's intelligence service. Interesting. You turn back towards the monorail lines, sub-vocalizing an update to your mission notes. Sub-vocalizing, if you don't know, is... is where you just sort of move your voice box around. You can feel this, by the way, if you think something in your mind and you really focus on the feeling in your voice box, you can feel your voice box still move as though you're actually saying the words. That's vocalizing. You turn back to the monorail line, vocalizing an update to your mission notes. A fog bank rolls in, dimming the bright sun. Let's go back to the transport hub. Caven Farrow's file has been attached to your file about an event of some kind at some kind of art co-op operated by undercity radicals. He seems like the sort that is used to hiding from the authorities. Maybe he, or someone he knows, is helping Caruse.